I'm sorry, you guys, I don't even have a proper intro for this video. The drama has just gotten out of hand, and you know what? I'm out. What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel DeMita, and welcome to the Courtside Club, and welcome to another day of the 12 days of Radmas, where we are uploading a video every single weekday until Christmas Day. We are about halfway through this series, so I hope that you guys are enjoying the content. And also, half of the earnings that I make on these videos, I will be donating to animal shelters here in Texas. So of course, all the views, likes, comments, all of the things are greatly appreciated and will also be going to a great cause. So today's video, you guys, is going to be a full-blown rant. I don't even need my laptop for this one. I have been getting tagged in so many things that were happening this weekend in the WNBA sphere, and a lot of the things stemming from Caitlin Clark's Time magazine interview. I could have never guessed that that interview would stir up so much controversy. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, because as much as I've been getting tagged in all of these things, I'm also, seeing the stuff that the Mystics owner said. I don't even know that lady's name. I would have never known that lady until she goes on CNN and goes on a 4-minute rant. That was honestly just one of the stupidest things that I've ever heard, and I can't believe somebody like that is owning a sports team if they're basically saying everyone needs to get recognition. Like, it just gets to a point, you guys, where you have to look at some of these people's opinions and just stop arguing with them. I would get more out of arguing with a wall than trying to argue some of these people's points online. The unfortunate part about all of this is that a lot of these people with these really strong and really dumb opinions unfortunately happen to work within the WNBA or be a part of the WNBA, and what they are doing is creating this, casting this negative light on pretty much the entire league. And I don't even know, or I don't even honestly think that Mystics owner cared if she casted her entire league in a negative light and turned off more people to watching the WNBA. There has been no players that have come out and said anything against it besides one. There was one player, Lexi Brown, shout out to her. Her tweets are now private, so I don't know what kind of backlash she was getting, but she kind of came to Caitlin Clark's defense and kind of the defense of what are you even saying? Basically what I'm saying, this is so dumb. Why would you even say that? Why are we taking steps backwards? But it gets to the point where myself as part of the media, myself as a podcaster, YouTuber, however you guys want to categorize me, I have to think about, why am I actually bringing up these drama stories at this point in time? Because it's gotten to the point where I would be more shocked if people were coming out and saying things that actually made sense and talking about basketball things and focusing on the good things and actually doing things to properly uplift the league that is the WNBA. I would be more shocked to see that than I am to see people being jealous, being petty, having really awful takes, talking about anything but the game of basketball, making excuses for certain players, propping up certain players, pitting certain players against each other, bringing race into the mix, bringing politics into the mix, bringing sexual orientation into the mix. Anything but basketball, these people want to talk about. It's like when the Sheryl Swoops of it all, when she was, hating on Caitlin Clark, Sheryl Swoops, even when she was asked about the Time magazine thing, her stance stayed the same. But Sheryl Swoops is more relevant than she has been in 20 years. Unfortunately, her relevancy and her popularity is mostly because of her takes on Caitlin Clark now, not on her play on the court, because she was a fantastic basketball player. But at what point are us as the media and podcasters and YouTubers going to stop giving these people with terrible takes and just honestly hateful things that they're saying? When are we going to stop giving them light? I think we have to stop it. I'm choosing to, at this point in time, partly the reason I'm making this video, I'm not going to keep commenting on all of this drama. It's gotten so old. I've never been one to be a fan of drama. My circle is really small. I don't have drama in my life. I don't have it with my friends. I'm not for all of it. And the fact that this league has just literally been all about the drama for a year, and it seems to be stemming from one player who has spiraled spiraled these people out of control. Like, some of these people have lost their damn mind. I feel like I'm in a loony bin anytime I look at some of these takes online. I can't do it anymore. Sorry, editing Rachel here once again. I want to make it abundantly clear that I think that Caitlin Clark deserves every single award that she has won this season, whether it be in the WNBA or beyond. If you guys have watched any videos on my channel, we have gone over all of the stats, all of the numbers, all of the reasons why I think Caitlin Clark is already one of the greatest women's basketball players of all time, purely for the fact of what she has done on the court, and also the kind of eyeballs that she has brought to a sport that really never had this kind of fame behind it, this kind of fandom behind it. She brought all of those things. And again, if you want to see all of my positive praise about Caitlin, go watch any of the videos that I did during the WNBA season. What she has done is so special and so well deserving, and that's why all of this noise around it, I can't even imagine what it's like being in her head. I hope she is able to block out the things like she says she is, but otherwise the mess and the firestorm around her has just gotten out of control. And so for the topics that we are going to talk about on this channel, the things that I will bring up, I'm only going to bring up some of these things if there is a greater topic of discussion. Like, when you guys watch my videos, I want you to be able to watch my videos and I want you to take something out of it. I want you guys to have something to think about when you leave my video. I don't want you to leave my video feeling just angry at the world, or just feel like my videos are the place that we're just gonna just hate on everyone and scream at the top of our lungs, when none of this is surprising. It shouldn't be surprising, you guys, at this point, that people within the WNBA are doing whatever they possibly can to sabotage their own league. I don't get it. But at this point, I'm waving the red flag because I don't think I'm ever gonna get it. It's one of those things where it's like, do the same thing over and over. If you do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, it's insanity. Basically, that's how I feel. If I'm expecting people to change their mind, change their tune, whatever, it's not gonna happen. There's gonna have to be so many people that are cleaned out. There's going to have to be people who actually stand up for certain things, and people aren't doing that. So we kind of have to just be like, okay, this is what it is. Take it for what it is. I feel like it's disingenuous for some of these media people, and even the fact that it has gone to like Fox News and CNN and all of these political people is also just so embarrassing for the sport of women's basketball. We have political commentary going on about the sport of women. It's just, I'm sorry, it's so embarrassing. I was a women's basketball player. It's embarrassing for me. It should be embarrassing for all of us. I feel like I'm arguing at a wall, or I'm just shouting out into a void, and I'm done doing it. Y'all can keep doing it. I'm sure it will continue to give some of these channels clicks. The angrier they can get, or they could be like, oh, look at what this person said. It'll get you clicks. I'm gonna tap out. I'm going to stay above the fray. I'm going to make sure that this content stays quality. The last thing I'm going to say is, with that Time magazine interview, I felt like Caitlin Clark, for the most part, was trying to smooth everything out and be like, I wasn't good enough for the Olympic team. There wasn't targeting. It's fine. It's just a tough league. She said all of these things. I felt like that was her way of trying to diffuse the whole situation, and maybe it's how she actually felt. She said all of this, so the people who are also trying to be like Caitlin Clark's savior, anybody who says anything negative about her, there's like, we gotta fight. She told you guys, she told all of us that it's fine. She wasn't targeted. It's just physical. She has said all of these things. So at the same time, like, let it play out. I disagree with her on some of the things because I'm watching with my own eyes what my eyes are telling me about the situation. But if that is how she feels, let it play out and pick the battles that you want to have a voice about. I think that there's an issue with whenever anybody says a wildly terrible take, because we hear them constantly about the WNBA or about Caitlin or about Angel or about Asia or about whoever, we highlight it and we argue about it. And then that person with this terrible take gets more clout, and now it becomes a whole thing, and now CNN's talking about it. And now Fox News is talking about it. And now The View's talking about it. It's gotten insane. It leaves a sour taste in a lot of fans' mouths, and I'm absolutely positive that a lot of the new fans are like, what is this league that I just signed up for? What is this league that I want? Is this how messy they always are? And yes, the answer is yes. They continue to prove that. So I would love to cover the WNBA. I would love to cover the basketball of the WNBA. I would love to cover players that are performing well or doing cool things outside the lines. And those are the paths that I'm going to take when it comes to my content. But all of this stuff, this mess, I'm sorry, it's below me, it's below Courtside Club. We're gonna leave it where it needs to be, and it needs to just fizzle out. The more everyone talks about it, the more it's gonna keep coming up, and I refuse for the next year, whenever the next season starts, to be in on that mess. I hope that you guys are okay with that. I'm sure that there is so much other content on YouTube that you can tune into, and it will be messy, and it will give you all the things, it will give you all the whatever. I'm gonna be very, very choosy about the topics that I want to cover. And if I cover something that seems to be a little dramatic or a little messy, I'm going to cover it with a purpose that you guys can walk out from watching my video and you can take something away from that. I've given you something to think about. Maybe I've changed your mind about something. But some of these people who feel the way that they feel are never going to have their minds changed. And that's apparent. Okay, you guys, well, the first full-on rant of Radmas, but I just had to get that off my chest. It's not worth our time. I want Courtside Club to be that quality place that you can come to, that is quality content, meaningful content. We are providing insight. You are learning something when you come here. I'm giving you something to talk about, or we are making an impact in some way. And so I'm going to choose my fights wisely, and we're going to cover the great aspects of basketball. I'm going to, share with you players and things I like. We'll cover college basketball. We'll talk about the NBA, and we will talk about the WNBA as well. And I hope that there are some great storylines that we have to cover, but this mess has just it's gotta go. With that, you guys, that's all I've got. Let me know what you think in the comments. Of course, thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and click that little subscribe button, because we are uploading a new video every single day until Christmas Day. And also, you guys, some of these videos I will have pre-recorded because I'm traveling overseas for the holidays and I will be vlogging there. So a couple of the Radmas videos will be vlogs from my travels, but yeah, I'm excited to share that with you guys. So just so you know, this one was also pre-recorded. So you might be seeing this when I'm actually in Saudi Arabia. Subtle foreshadowing. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Uiana.